Happy lunch, everybody.
Yeah. Right. Here we go. Number one, while STI rates are on the rise, don't worry, ladies. Your gynecologist will automatically screen you for sexually transmitted infections during your appointment. That is fiction.
Oh, yeah. I wish that was a fact, but I think I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah.
That is absolutely fiction. You are correct. So this is the thing. I say kind of fiction with a caveat. So if you're a 25 or under, your gynecologist will screen you for gonorrhea and chlamydia when they do your pap smear, just because those tend to be asymptomatic and they can ruin fertility. But for the most part, when you're talking about HIV, hepatitis, genital warts, syphilis, they're not going to screen you unless you ask to be screened. So I tell all of my patients, I offer all my patients, but if your doctor doesn't offer, you absolutely should ask to be screened if you're sexually active.
What age should you start getting your pap smear?
21. 21 years of age is the recommendation.
Okay.
But most people are sexually active before 21, so if you are sexually active before 21, you should still get screening for STIs even before you get your pap smear.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Okay. Number two, here we go. If you have more than one sexual partner, getting tested once a year for STIs is sufficient. This is fiction, too.
Fiction.
You got to up that ante.
You're right. Absolutely fiction. So, you know, what we tell people, you know, like you said, the rates of STIs are on the rise. 80% of Americans have had, or will have an STI, and 26% of Americans right now have an incurable STI. So herpes, HPV, something that they will always have. And so they're very prevalent. And so, as a rule of thumb, we say for every new partner, you should be tested twice. Once pretty much right after you have had your first dalliance.
Okay.
And then again about 3 months later. And the reason is gonorrhea, chlamydia, trichomonas, you'll test positive for those pretty much right away. But some of the bloodborne STIs, hepatitis B, C, HIV, syphilis, it takes about 3 months from the exposure until you test positive. And so each new partner get tested at least twice.
Okay.
Doc, isn't there a way? Listen, we have wiped out the plague in this country. Why can't we wipe out certain STIs forever?
Well, you know what? A lot of these bugs are very smart. They mutate themselves. So when you come up with effective treatments, they mutate themselves and they become resistant to those treatments. We're seeing a lot of drug-resistant gonorrhea now, for example, and so they're always one step ahead of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, you guys.
I'm
Number
celibate,
three.
so that's good.
All right, number three. This is an interesting one. Too embarrassed to visit the doctor? Doctors can now check your genitals for STIs online.
Please make sure they're a doctor.
Exactly.
I'll bet this is a fact. I will bet this is a fact.
I understand why you're going to say fact, and I kind of agree with you. I'm going to go out there on a limb, too.
What do you think, audience? Okay.
No, Ryan is
It's
right.
a fact.
This is a fact. This is a
Thank
fact.
you. Thank you. You should have copied my homework.
So like Dr. J said, make sure it's actually a doctor you're texting your genitals to. There's actually a service where you can text a picture of your genitals. You have to have like a bump or, yes, you can. You have to have like a bump or a lump or a sore for them to look at, but they can tell you if it is or it's not an STI. Now, the downside to that is that's if it's something like herpes or warts where you can have a bump. If it's HIV, syphilis, gonorrhea, that's not going to work. So you still need to see a doctor. We need to get paid. We've got 5 kids. Come on down. We can test everything.
You're 10 between the two of y'all.
I know.
Oh, there really are twins. They both have 5 kids now.